Hey everybody, it's Dan back with another episode of Megabase version 2. Just looking for something to research here. In the last couple episodes we've been getting plastic batteries, refining, things like that going. I think we started to work towards blue science, but we expanded our boundaries. But I ended up having to go after more copper. So, going to be working probably on blue science this episode. We just kind of really desperately need it because we need oil cracking. As you can see, we got no petroleum flowing, no sulfuric acid. So we kind of just need to go crazy on increasing our fluids capacity. Now all these will be used up at some point, so once we get oil cracking in, we'll be able to do that. But until we do, we don't get any petroleum flowing until this, if there's not enough oil space. So we'll just put some of these out. I don't want to contaminate pipes. That was too kind of close for me. That should work for a little bit. I'm going to have petroleum flowing again. As long as we got petroleum flowing, we'll have plastic. And with plastic, we'll have red circuits. And we'll have batteries. Now, batteries not huge demand at the moment, but we will be making sulfuric acid anyways. Should probably grab some stone and increase this. Could create concrete. We did start to put ore. For some reason we have one more pole on that. Let's do some concrete. Right, this will be our mall area. So if we put this stone here on the other side of the battery, or this on the other side of those batteries. What's the smooth way to do that? Back this up a little bit. Or maybe instead, let's move it a little bit longer. That. And then we're going to need water, which we have. Can't do that. That's blue science. That might have been our last research possibility. I know we might have combat bots. I think was something we could do yet. Yeah, they're there. Looking for water. Here it is. So for concrete, pretty easy build. Stone brick, water, and iron ore. We got stone brick and oh darn. Alright, we'll have to fix that. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, unfortunately we're buying some more pipes. Alright, let's fix this. I'll put it on the bottom side, and we need it on the top side. I have to probably do this a little further back and kind of do some skittiness. Because it'll be on the bottom side, we need it on top. Well, let's go light. We got our lasers there. Okay. I should have radar for that. We're going to have to do this a little differently. It actually works better because that puts it on the top side. There we go. Alright, so for concrete, stone brick here. And water, right? And then they got this new one I've never actually made, but it's a little faster than the regular one. It supposedly looks better, so we can actually make that as well. It requires steel. Sucker's expensive. 8 iron sticks for just 10% more walking speed. That's really ridiculous. Oh, but it makes 10? Wait. That makes 10. That makes 10. Yeesh, really expensive. I don't know if I get into it quite yet. I just want to get this going so I can get back to making can kind of maybe do this a little bit off the bus. Let's just make 2 of them. I don't know if this will work. There's really no reason to continue iron ore on further, but out of belts. Out of these belts. Really this full. probably isn't working, is it? If I did this all like one space back, it would help a little bit. Ugh. These will be off. Yeah. Forgot to remove those guys. This wasn't any of that's real stone, yep. These could be anywhere in here. Oh, we can come back for this. Let's drop this iron ore off then. I'm gonna fill that up. Not gonna. That fire's good enough. Alright, a little distraction there. We ought to be able to put some cement down now. It's a little faster than stone. These things anymore. I don't have really any place to put them. Alright, so I have another blueprint. I guess I didn't ever build it. If we want to do blue science, and we want to do a lot of blue science, if we're going to do like the blueprint, engines and electric mining drills. Both engines and electric mining drills require gears. It requires gears. Whoops, I need to handcraft it, but that's all right. And gears there, and this also requires pipe. So we really got to make a freaking ton. So which is the preferred? Do you put the resources on the outside and build to the middle? Or do you put the resources in the middle and build to the outside? Then one of the things I want to do say we do totally, which do we need more of, gears or pipe? Really doesn't technically matter, but so we need 1 gear per 10 seconds and 5 gear per 2 seconds. So that's a lot. Pipe is needed here, 2 per 10 seconds. So we need a lot more gears than we do pipe. We'll just do gear on the inside here. And this is not 3 spaces. figure this out. Exact ratios. So if we leave room on the outside, so we did something like this, we could potentially do, you know, like something like this. Oops. Okay, they're chewing up my stuff. We'll have to go take care of that in a minute. And then we could do output priority to the left. So let's say we had 2 levels of stuff coming in of iron. And likewise here. Output priority right. It doesn't necessarily allow for beacons. It actually kind of does. Do beacons like so. We just have to put a little bigger gap. You know, we do something like this. Probably don't even need that big a gap, right? That's the size of a beacon. We could do something like that. And likewise here. Right, something pretty like that. And likewise here. So we could do beacons in the middle. Something like so, right? And if we wanted to, we could probably reverse all this, you know, and then feed this all in. To the other build over here somewhere. Yeah, that's probably was my last science. Until we get blue science going. I keep saying that and then finding something. Like, there we go. We got another combat damage. Combat robot damage. Wanted to get blast, you know, it takes 2 iron to make 1 gear, so these probably should be stack inserters, but for now that's the way we'll handle that. And for now we'll probably just do 1 input line and split it between these, but this leaves room for growth. Okay, so next thing we need, of course, is our for the science packs, we need 1 engine and 1 mining drill. And if we leave some space in between, we have room for growth. Like if we need another line of these down, or we want to split one across and down and in or over, just leave ourselves some space. Alright, so let's look at our build. You can see I didn't leave a ton of space, like there's RoboPort needs and other beacons, and I actually have, on the bottom I have a ton of gears and pipes, but then I also have more gears and pipes before the engines and so forth. So engines take 10 seconds. We need one per pack, right? And oops, I was gonna mute that guy's. He always beeps his car alarm twice. Anyways, that's too slow. What am I looking for? Yes, electric mining deal 1 every 2 seconds. So and then. So if we wanted to do one of these a second, in fact, I think we want to do 2 per second, if something, I don't know. So these make 2 in 10 seconds, but these only make 1 in 12 seconds. That's why this build is so big. It's just so big. If you would see across 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. So yeah, if you want to make 2 a second, it's not only 24, it's really 48. Science pack production. And as you can see, there's beacons down the middle, beacons in between. That is actually something to consider. Like if we put beacons here, right? Etc. Right? These have a range of 3-ish, I think, 3 beacons. So we don't want to go too far wide. Like if we put over here, these beacons only reaching the ones on the side. So we kind of want to be at least 2 spaces, or no more than 2 spaces away, or these beacons won't reach, these guys. And that would be nice if they did. So anyways, we're going to do a lot more engines than we do electric miners. And we're probably going to need a second line of gears. So electric miners require 5 gears. And engines don't require that many, just 1. But the miners require 10. So we might need either a much longer gear line and extra ways of getting those gears to our build. So we could do, we could split that or something and then down or something. Of course, I could just slap my build down, but it's got all sorts of beacons in it, and it's got some blue belts in there. Of course, I could replace those. I just kind of want to do it again. Not quite sure why I'm being so sadistic on that, but if we do a really good engine build, then we can use that for other building needs for engines, like Purple Science needs electric engines need regular engines. So if we're good at it, we can do that. So we're going to need 1/5 the electric mining drills as we need engines, because it makes 1 every 2 seconds. When I say engines, so every 10 seconds, yeah, so 1/5. So for every I want to make sure we have 2 spaces, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. So for every 5 of these, oops. So that's 6. We need 1 electric miner. here and put a space in here. Beacons aren't as efficient because beacons work in the same range as basically these guys. But I like leaving space. So let's rip up one of these. We'll just do this. Pull these up, we don't need those. So 5. And electric miner. Technically speaking, this kind of needs to go right here. Because I can't split here. What if I split back here, I guess? Like so. But we also need, this needs circuits and iron. And this needs steel, and that's it. So we'll just have to have a separate feed for those. Of course, we don't have to do these separate. I mean, we can do it electric miner separately. That probably makes the most sense. So this needs steel. Now if we put an extra space in between here, yeah, let's do that. I think that's a good idea. We can put the steel on the output line. Let's save some space. Right. We'll do 2 exit lines. We'll have steel coming in. Something like that. But we need, I'm sure there's an easy way of getting these to the outside, right? Get that. Do that first. Shoot. crazy like that, do we? We just need to do... Yeah, that was right. That. No. Yeah, something like that, but let's put it down. Space. Like that, because we need to be able to take off and on the steel. This will be steel. Okay, well, let's just go get it. Oops, too much. Right. This will be iron. And that's iron. In fact, I don't even really need these. So I did bring poles. I did bring them out the middle, but apparently I didn't keep connecting them out the middle. How's this defense doing? So we got lasers here. For a moment, let's see, we're just gonna split. And probably do a better job of it later. And somewhere up here, I assume this line's going to be a lot longer, but just do this. Let's see, output left, engines. And there we go. And we'll need to bring you back down. So we put a beacon in there. need 3 spaces minimally. Let's add an extra. No, let's not add an extra one. Now we're also going to need more gears for. Maybe we just do that as a separate build for the electric miners. Now, electric miners, like I said, it's 5 per 2 seconds. And actual gears are 2 per half second. So we can get 4 per second. Potentially, no, it's 1 per half second, so 2 per second. 4 per 2 seconds. So we can't quite do direct insertion. That'd be great. Or we just build extra. So like if we do did a beacon in here, like right there. We can have a couple spaces in here. Say this was gears. And we could do straight in for electric miners. And we just have to probably use stack inserters once again. Iron. The electric miner also needs iron in circuits. Probably we're going to have to use long arm inserters to pull them off, but they only make one every 2 seconds. A long arm inserter, I'm pretty sure, is fast enough for that. Probably wouldn't hurt to do it like that. And we need, it depends, honestly, but we could do it like that. Hey, Mickey. Yeah. It's definitely intricate. Definitely intricate. If you've never played Factorio, you ought to give it a shot. Now what I'm doing here, this is relatively advanced Factorio. Your early builds will not look nearly as pretty as something like this. Or maybe you might consider this too factory oriented, but it is a fun way to play where you got all these turrets defending you. It's a great game. It's well worth the price. You know, it's like $20 6 months ago, but I think it's like 30 or 35 now. It's still worth the price. Totally worth the price for the hours of enjoyment. I mean, once I started playing this game, I almost never play anything else anymore. I mean, it doesn't compare. I mean, it's not the same thing as a 3D first-person shooter slasher game, you know, like Assassin's Creed or, you know, any of the first-person shooter games. But for a city building type game, it is way fun. Like, you get to set up your own train routes. You get to, you have to supply. You have to mine that stuff, load it up, pump. Like, this is oil, pump it into these tanks, and so the next time the train shows up, it can fill up. Oops, I'm holding down mute because there is a train. This train brings in iron ore, and I've only got 2 trains running. On another map, my big giant Megabase, I've got over 500 trains running around. It's a lot of fun, and it's way intricate. But 500 trains, you can see my UPS here is 60. That's maxed out. 500 trains, I'm running at about 15 UPS. So it's definitely interesting. So continuing on, we're going to need 10 more iron in circuits. So this should probably be a separate iron line. And then this one's also iron and circuits. I believe it's 10 more iron circuits. So we'll put iron on the inside. Oops. That's unintentional. And circuits are back here somewhere. Oh, we'll have to see how this goes. Yeah, we could do. I also have to bring red circuits in, so should keep that in mind. Coming up the middle, stuff up the side. So I have one lane going up the middle, and probably and I'm out of belts. Do the same thing, kind of. Rather have these guys flowing this way. Don't have to, though. We'll just have to... Well, these are just general until I get... I mean, my base is not going to be able to support a big, giant blue science build at the moment. So we're just going to copy those over. Oops. I need to filter those to the science models. There we go. Alright, so can we do this straight across? Kind of looks like we can. Quite. So we got gray science packs coming in on the top side. So we need the blue science packs to come in and to be on the bottom. Oops. Alright, so we change this to blues. Or set it to blues. We're going to be pulling from this. We're also going to be outputting. Alright, who's attacking? One of my guns dead down there. Right, so we're gonna have to. Need more assemblers. I'm kind of low on power poles too. How is power doing, anyways? 19 megawatts, no big deal. Hey Nexus, are you in here? You're just kind of listening in. Right, so we need. Refinement belts. Let's get rid of some of these yellow guys. Let's pick up some of those. Dump off some more of those. We're going to yellow belts on us now. Do need stock up on those. Stock up on these. Oops. Power poles. Probably stand to have another stack of those. We can make some room by getting rid of stone and stuff. How are we on lasers? Only one stack. So wood, and some wood power poles, some actual wood, and I have some coal on me. There's a line that comes down here. So now I have a piece of wood on it. suppose we should come down here first. That's running kind of low on coal. This has no coal on it. It's steel. We're going to have to take a look at that. You know we have lasers. So it's 200 each. We want 200 each. Let's pop some lasers out here. Each. Oh. There we go. Doesn't seem like they're attacking in here, but they probably do occasionally. We have another place to go to first. Let's get a ride. Guns are almost dead. That gun is dead. Also, I'm using those gun bullets and stuff because I don't want to use them up. Get them out of my inventory. I won't use them for a whole lot longer. Power's at 30-ish megawatts. Copper. I don't think I can stick this guy in there, can I? We can come over here. Let's see. I'll go on the belt. Got a whole bunch of stone on us. That's did the trick. Still not seeing any blue biters. Good there. Kind of really have a gap in our defenses right there. And we got 35 lasers, so we can cover that. These things can act like punching bags. Alright, so I think we can finish the blue science. Let's go to my little faster lane to walk. You know, we probably ought to have a lot of cement ready. I was wondering if that was off. Run faster on belts, so I like building a sort of expressway character. Of course, putting the belts on concrete as well is even faster. Alright, so what are we missing here? We're missing kind of red circuits. Complete this build. Oh, we also needed to, oops, put our offload out. So, red circuits, just kind of do like we did a moment ago. Except for need it to be on the inside. Same here. Just do that. And we'll just do that. More belts. And I want to grab some concrete. Take all I can carry. Stock up on things. Allow us to do this since we're on max inventory. And this will just fill up stacks that are partial. So let's add lasers to my line up there. Good. We're doing red circuits, weren't we? Almost there. That should be blue science. Set. That needs to go in there. Yay. Blue science is flowing. Alright, first thing we want with blue science. And faster worker speed would be nice. More mining productivity, nice of course. We want to get our robots going. So faster worker speed, of course, would be sweet. That's only 50 bottles. Let's do that one first. Oh, you know what we need first? We need advanced oil processing. That's what we need first. Did we already get some? We might have used them already. So these 10 easily support these 10 because it's 1 per 10 seconds and this is 1 per 12. And these are technically going to be way more than enough because these are, let's see, we make 6. I mean, the time this makes 1, we can make 6 per one of these guys. So really 2 of these supports all this. So this is definitely way overkill. And as you can see, that just put a hurt locker on our supply line. It's always a good thing. But we want to get that advanced oil processing going. So let's go. Let's do some of that. We'll be walking this a lot. What are we doing on belts? It's really not belts I need right now. Oil processing. I'm going to need chem plants and pipes. Else. Let's get rid of some of this brick I'm carrying. And take the rest in concrete. this to concrete. All right, great. Fence worker speed's always great. Robot speed. You know what? I'm gonna go throw a radar in. Let's get rid of some wood. Put a split in the video. Did what we were going to do this episode, and then we can get into advanced oil cracking on the next. It's so far away. It's so much faster to travel on. Let's work on the next one. This will make a bunch difference. We need to get oil cracking going because I'm sure things are nearing fullness again. Really like to stick it right here. And we probably will at some point. Oops. Get rid of that. Into space. That's right, we knew something about that. Let's just use up some of the stone we have. Let's make this a little wider. Alright, so for oil cracking, we're going to basically do this. So we need our pipe. We need one of water. Do that straight south from there, it'll be a little easier. Let's be sure. Can I do what I want? Here we go. That's perfect. But do that one there. This needs to be back right there. Let's do. Really wanted to be nuts weight on it, we would double it. We put, we're not going to do that quite yet. use these belts to determine what order direction pipes are moving stuff. So we fill up the top tank and we export out of the bottom tank. Now at some point we're going to want to put circuit control on this. So what shall we do next? Since I really don't know, I'm just going to set it on research speed. Then we can basically duplicate this for heavy oil processing. It would be really overkill for one of the things we need to do is create a pump. Can we just go straight across? Sorry for the loud bang. Alright, so let's change this. Finish advanced oil. And the reason I removed these pipe pieces is so that it didn't contaminate. It likes to contaminate. Whoops. In fact, I almost did it by mistake there. Dragging the pipe, thinking it would only fill the gaps, which these gaps. Alright, so advanced oil processing is a lot more efficient. Produces a lot less heavy oil and more light oil and more petroleum. So we'll start to fill up on petroleum. And we're going to use up some heavy oil and light oil. So 7 is, or 6. I think the ratio is like 7, 6, and 1. To heavy oil and light oil. So I could bring it straight down, but then if I want to put beacons in here, we're going to have to reroute it. For now, we will bring it straight in, but like I said, we'll reroute it at some point. See, it's really fast. Sulfuric acid's at 100%. Petroleum's almost at 50, over 50%. So that's going to be good for a while. And what we do want it to do technically, so we want to do some pumps. I'm going to connect these so we can communicate. Do I have any engines on me? No. It's a shame since I've been playing with engines recently. So I didn't need that many chem plants. Here's some engines. Alright, anyways, I was going to put a cut, and I ended up not doing the refining. But anyways, we did. Might as well finish it. We're going to enable this. If yellow is less, if petroleum is less than yellow, or light oil. So as long as petroleum's less, light oil will be processed. I wish we could set multiple conditions. I would like it not to process if, I don't know. Bring this, let's just bring up big power pull down here. That. Put the other here. And we will control it as well if light oil is less than heavy oil. For now, I think let's just change that for now. Heavy oil is greater than 95. And let's see for this. If light oil is greater than 95. And then let's create a couple more pumps. I'm going to remove that without losing any oil. I'll fill the tanks from these guys, but not I'll only empty them, not fill them. And likewise, this one. I'll keep those yellow and reds using up until these tanks here are empty. And then we'll have to get into smarter logistics. So we can see, and we could pull out one of these. It's 22K at the moment. Kind of fill these other ones fuller, but that's all right. Not in a hurry. These are gonna empty. This really heavy oil probably won't empty until the light oil's used up, but alright everybody, that's been an episode of Megabase version 2. We've got blue science. It's not a ton of it. We're going to completely wreck our iron, I'm guessing, if we push it hard. So that's something we're going to need to work on, is better supplies. So probably next, I don't know if we'll push out these. Oh yes, we need to work on coal. We have coal falling on the inside. Actually, kind of could fix that now. It's not a big deal. Gonna pop this guy down right there. I gotta wait till that belt's empty. Just do it. We are going to need to bring coal from here up. Alright. I'm just going to save right here and continue from this spot. Thanks again. If you're liking what you're watching, follow me on Twitch, subscribe to YouTube, ask questions in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer. Thanks for watching. I'm Dune, and we'll catch you next time.